Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Christina and I am a fashion reseller on the POSHMARK app. You can find me on Instagram at little.black.hanger. You can also find me on POSHMARK at littleblackhanger without the vowels. Today we are doing a new series on my channel. I know I always say that this is going to be a series and then I never turn it into a series. I do like 2 or 3. Not even. I do like 2 of the videos and then I stop doing the series, but I promise this is going to be a series. It is basically where I go over the different types of like necklines, different types of shoes, different types of pants, different types of sleeves, stuff like that. And I'm going to be telling you along the way how I would describe that on Poshmark. I'm going to be giving you guys keywords to use in your future listings. Let me know down in the comments below if you would like to see maybe incorporate it with one of my thrift hauls where I show you, whenever I show you guys a piece, I tell you how I would describe it. Maybe we could do like 10 items or 15 items just so it's not super long, but so you guys can get some inspiration for keywords for your descriptions for Poshmark. So let me know down in the comments below if you would like to see something like that. But today's video is going to be specifically about necklines. Now I'm not going to go over every neckline, every collar that ever was, because let's be honest, there's so many and there's so many examples and this video would be super freaking long. So I'm going to go over some more common necklines that you tend to find more often at the thrift store. So I'm going to be showing you some real life examples. These are different necklines that I found in my personal closet. So I'm going to be showing you those. For some reason, I don't have an example of the item. I will pop up example photos of the neckline. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so this first neckline is called crew neck. This neckline is typically found on sweatshirts and men's t-shirts. It's just a rounded neckline that sits a little bit higher on the chest. So all I would do to describe this sweatshirt would be Stanford University maroon crew neck sweatshirt. This next neckline is called a scoop neck, and this has a similar shape to the crew neck. It's rounded, but it sits a little lower on the chest. If this neckline were a little bit further extended across the shoulders, meaning it would show a little bit more collarbone, it would then be considered a boat neck. Similar to the boat neck would be the BATEAU, and this is where the neckline kind of scoops even more across the clavicle and kind of ends right at the points of the shoulder. And this ties into the SABRINA neckline as well, which is very similar to the BATEAU, but the SABRINA neckline is a little bit higher and it tends to run right across the top of the clavicle where the clavicle is not exposed, and it's more like the top view of the shoulder. Moving on to off the shoulder. This is pretty self-explanatory. It just sits off the shoulder. So typically it's a straight across neckline and it just sits right off the shoulder. Now, if this top didn't have the sleeves on it, it would be considered a tube top, or it would be considered sleeveless or a straight neckline. Moving on to the V-neck. This is pretty self-explanatory as well. It is in the shape of a V and it tends to be a little bit lower on the chest. If this had a little bit more of a rounded shape at the bottom, but still came down the same length on the chest, it would be considered a U-neck instead. And again, that's pretty self-explanatory. It is in the shape of a U. Moving on to the next neckline, and this one would be considered a wrap over neckline. And this is going to be on your wrap style tops. It's basically that V-neck, but it has the fabric overlapping and wrapping around to the other side. So that would be considered a wrap over neckline. It could also be considered a deep V-neck or a plunging neckline, depending on how low cut it is. So this next neckline is kind of tricky. I wanted to throw this as an example in there for you guys. This would be considered a halter top because it does come up around the neck. Now, I know when I think of halter tops, I always think of the tie halter tops, so the little ties that tie around the neck. And that is considered a halter top, but I just wanted to throw this in as an example to show you guys that this could be considered a halter top as well. Next neckline is a cowl neck. This could be considered a style of turtleneck, except the fabric is a lot looser and it kind of hangs down in like a necklace kind of way, and it's just kind of, there's excess fabric that just kind of hangs. So that would be considered a cowl neck, and I would just describe this sweater as a waffle knit cowl neck striped sweater. Next up we have the classic turtleneck, and that's where the neck comes all the way up, typically to the bottom of your chin. It covers your entire neck depending on how long your neck is and how long the turtleneck is, but typically it covers the entire neck. Now I did show an example. I don't have a mock neck top, but I did show an example of what that would look like. So I just rolled down my turtleneck, turns it into a mock neck. So what a mock neck is where it's a little bit shorter. It's about half the size of a regular turtleneck, so it only covers about half of your neck, but it typically only has one layer. It's not folded over like that, so it would just be that one layer where it stops right at about the middle of your neck, maybe even a bit lower. All right, next up, I wanted to throw this in as well because this neckline can be considered multiple things. This style where it has a kind of choker, then an opening, would be considered a keyhole neckline. But because of the way this sits on the neck, it could also be considered a halter as well. And then because it is cut so low, it could also be considered a plunging neckline. So anything that's super, super low that goes down to about the middle of your bra, like where your bra would start, or any lower would be considered a plunging neckline. I would just describe this dress as a high neck halter plunging keyhole. I know that's a lot of keywords, but trust me, it's gonna help this dress pop up in search, and the more keywords you can use, the better. I want to do a couple collar examples. This type of collar is called a Peter Pan collar, and it's where the collar is rounded and it's typically layered. It's like there's like a sweater, and then it looks like there's a shirt underneath. So it's like the layered type of sweater, collared sweater, if that makes sense. I don't even know where I'm going with this, but this is considered the Peter Pan collar, that little rounded collar. And sticking with collars, this collar is called a mandarin collar. And the reason it's called that is because this style of collar is typically found in Asian culture, and it's where there is no like flap on the collar. It's just a regular, stand-up collar. Alrighty guys, so that is all I have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a couple new necklines and a couple new keywords to put in your descriptions. Alright, so as you guys know, I like to end all of my videos with an inspirational quote that one of you guys sends me. All you have to do to participate in this is leave a comment down below with an inspirational quote and your Poshmark closet name so that I can tag you in the video you are featured in. And today's inspirational quote comes from Jennifer, and she says, "Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, 'I will try again tomorrow.'" And that quote is by Mary Ann Radmacher, and Jennifer's closet name is the lavender chair without the E on the. So I will leave that on the screen as well as linked in the description of this video so that you guys can go check out her closet, go show her some posh love for that amazing quote. We have a special guest. Someone's here early because it's raining. Oh, chaos.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, time for another creepy video.
This isn't a Shane Dawson video.
Welcome back. If you like this video, we're happy to have you.
Okay.
If you like this video, like the subscribe button and hit likes, thumbs up to thanks again.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Come back when you're ready.
If you like this video, please be sure and give it a thumbs up on your way out. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join our little family here. We would love to have you. I put new videos out every Tuesday and Friday, sometimes Wednesday, not Tuesday. And I will see you guys on Friday. Bye, guys.